Welcome back to Second and Short. It is Wednesday, May 10th, 2023. We're now 36, 37, depending on what team you're on, games into the MLB season. That's about 22.22% of the season. So, if you want it in other terms, that equates to week 4 of the NFL season with 13 minutes, 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The first quarter with a minute 20 left in the 19th game of an NBA season. It would be 9:54 a.m. on a Tuesday of a 40-hour work week. You'd be on the tee at number 5 in a round of golf. You'd be finishing mile 6 in a marathon. And in a calendar year, it'd be 2:40 a.m. on March 23rd. But, like I said, 36 games in the MLB season. It's Wednesday, May 10th. And Colin, I bring you on once more to speak MLB.
Let's go, baby.
So we might as well get it started as we do with the MLB recap. What happened this weekend that really got you going?
Well, of course, the series of the worst. Oakland Athletics, Kansas City Royals. Oakland Athletics took 2 games out of the set of 3, and one team's at 10 wins, one team's at 8 wins. And holy shit.
Yeah, this is like two, I don't even know. It's like two blind people fighting.
Yeah, I mean, you got Kansas City Royals who's at 10 and 26, but only 9 games back in their division. Like that AL Central is struggling right now. Not a single
Yeah.
team is above 20 wins.
Yeah, I think the Twins lead that one, and not like they're not bad, but they're certainly not that good.
Yeah, the Twins are 19 and 17 right now.
Yeah, like the AL Central is pretty brutal, but doesn't help that the Athletics are yet to reach 10 wins.
Lord help them.
Yeah, they need all they can get because they fucking suck. In and out, up and down that lineup, they suck. Pitching, hitting, like it's hard to watch, honestly.
Yeah, and like really the rest of that division is in a close race. Like just above them, Houston Astros sitting fourth right now, only 4.5 games back, sitting at 17, 18.
Yeah, and like that's not a bad place to be, at least division wise at this point in the season. Like you can make up ground. Do I think they will? Of course not. But there's room to move up a little bit. But for teams like the A's, it's going to be a hard one for them, honestly. Like 14 and a half back from the lead is brutal. And with how good Texas and LA and like Seattle and Houston are both good teams, they're just not showing it just yet. With how good the 4 teams ahead of them are in this division, like Oakland is going to be. I think Oakland is out of playoff contention in like August.
Oakland, I don't even think is going to win 40 games this year.
Dude, at this point, like, it's going to be pretty tough.
But here on the other hand, the NL West, now that's a tight race right now between the Dodgers, Diamondbacks, and Padres.
Yeah, definitely. And they're showing it for like truly because like right now, San Diego is in the final wild card position. Arizona is a game and a half ahead of them in the wild card. They're 1 game back of the Dodgers in first, and right now, as it stands, the eight or the Diamondbacks are kind of getting beat up by the Marlins, but still, they're in this race, and they seem like a team that can stay in it.
Yeah, and back to the NL West, like the Dodgers, they started off 10 and 11, and since that they've gone 11 and 3. So they're starting to heat up at a very crucial part of the season.
Yeah, and speaking of heating up, there's finally one team that really needed some games to go their way, and this weekend was the time for them, the St. Louis Cardinals, because my God, are they off to a brutal start to the season? But they've won their last 3, so In the weekend series, they picked up the final game of that weekend against the Tigers, a big win at 12-6, and then they beat the Cubs, who are super hot right now. They beat them 2 games in a row so far, and they'll conclude the series tomorrow. The Cardinals need this badly because right now they're 8 games back in the NL Central, and Milwaukee and Pittsburgh, though Pittsburgh's not looking great right now, both of them have gotten some sizable leads on the Cardinals, but I still think that the Cardinals are one of the best teams in this division.
Yeah. When was the last time you saw the Cardinals sitting last in the NL Central?
Well, I can tell you that they've never finished April in last place in the NL Central until this year.
Yeah, like it was good to see Goldie have that 3 home run game the other day. So hopefully that sparks up the offense. But it's just like what are you saying? Like what's going on in St. Louis?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you, but I will say the Braves Orioles series from this weekend was thrilling. Like absolutely crazy. So Friday, the Orioles, off the back of a huge inning from their offense, they take the win 9-1, a 7-run seventh inning with a little bit of a fight back from a 3-run home run from Sean Murphy. Seems to be his signature move in this past couple of weeks. And it just wasn't enough for the Braves to come back. Dean Kramer threw a fantastic game on the mound. 6 innings, 1 earned run, only 3 strikeouts, but that's not what he's going up there to do. And then 2 walks. Max Fried, really brutal. Right as he started the 7th, and then now he's on the 15-day IL, retroactive to Friday, with I believe a strained forearm.
Yeah, I believe you're correct on that.
And, that is a tough loss, but the Braves bounce back Saturday. They get the 5-4 win, a super close one. Really, the deciding factor there is an 8th inning pinch hit 2-run home run from Kevin Pillar. And then on Sunday, they take it all the way to the 12th, and then a walk-off from Michael Harris to win it 3-2 in the 12th. Like, a thrilling weekend series.
Yeah, it's probably so far been my favorite series all season. Um, just the competition itself, each team playing very well. And heck, that went in 12 innings. We tied it up on a wild pitch.
Yeah.
And it was Sam Hilliard too. So for the Atlanta Braves, their bench guys are really producing to help us be in first place. And with the Orioles, no one would have expected the Orioles with how young they are to be doing what they're doing. But again, it's not just the same guys over and over again. They're using their bench players. They're bringing up guys who are throwing them 5, 6 solid innings and relying on that bullpen. Um, but again, it's just good baseball, and that's all we ask for.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of good baseball, Zach Gallen is playing some damn good baseball. He just continues to make me look real good for that preseason prediction of him winning NL Cy Young with a 7-inning, only 5 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 7 Ks in 90 pitches. He just continues to rack up wins. And so does this Arizona Diamondbacks team that a lot of people wouldn't have typically put them here. I was an early adopter of this team. You can go back to all the stuff right before the season started. I was very, very excited about this team and what they could do. And I really do like what they've got going on.
Yeah, and it's not so much on the pitching side. Like Lourdes Gurriel is on an extended heater, I would say. Uh, eight eight for 11 with 4 home runs, six RBIs, and 9 runs in his last 3 games. Like he's hitting 365 with a 659 slugging percentage right now.
Yeah. And Christian Walker looks fantastic at first base, hitting for a lot of power. He's got 9 home runs at the moment, but uh, last night, 9th inning, like a 459-foot blast. Like they've got it going on in all aspects. They're hitting for power. They're hitting for contact. Like their rookie Corbin Carroll is batting 301, and that's after a night of 0 for 5 baseball.
Yeah. He's a young buck who is showing tremendous upside in what he has, and he's not letting bad games get in his head to go on cold streaks. He's staying
Yeah,
consistent at the plate and out in the field.
certainly. And look, I think across the board, there's a lot of teams that have surprised us this year. But as we're kind of going on here, what team do you think has surprised you the most so far this season?
I'm gonna go probably with the White Sox.
Mm.
Surprisingly, how bad they are.
Yeah,
Like they're 12-24, and with that lineup, that's not what it should be. They have
yeah.
too much talent to be that bad.
I really like that. I kind of thought you'd go maybe a different route, but I definitely respect that. Yeah, the White Sox should not be this bad, especially at this point in the season with healthy players. Like it's definitely a surprise. I think the easy choices here would be like the Rays and the Orioles and the Pirates, but the team that I'm the most surprised by is the Angels. They're 20-16 right now. They're really holding their own in the AL West, which we already talked about is crazy good. And like it's not because of like a bunch of play like a couple of players playing super well. Like this whole team is playing very well. Gio Urshela is playing pretty good. Obviously, Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani are doing their thing. Rendon kind of looks like he's getting back to what we need from him. Like I'm very happy with what the Angels have going, and it finally seems like some of the acquisitions they're making are paying off.
Yeah, and speaking of Rendon, I saw this crazy thing on Twitter. He hit his first home run since May 17th of last year on
Wow.
Sunday.
It's,
So,
oof.
like he's hitting just under 300 at 291 right now. Um, so he's on the upside. So hopefully, with how that team chemistry is right now, he can just keep going up because I loved him as a ball player. I still do, and I just wish the best for him.
Yeah. All right. Any series in this second half of the week that you're excited for?
Yeah. So one of them right now, of course, is the Rays Orioles. Like I am
Oh, yeah.
super excited about that.
Yeah, I think that that's a fantastic one. I think that Red Sox Braves is kind of looking to be a pretty good series. The Red Sox, though they're like fourth in their division right now, they're a 21-16 ball club. Like they're very good. And I think that this matchup, especially kind of with the uncertainty with the Braves, we still don't know who's going to get the start on Wednesday with Max Fried's injury. It should have turned over to him, but we're not going to see him. So, do we see a bullpen game? Do we bring up another guy? Maybe we see Jared Schuster's return? I'm really not sure what's going to happen, but I think the culmination of that one's going to be very good. I think Dodgers Brewers is a very exciting one to see finish. But then looking ahead to the weekend, is there any series that you're, fond of there?
Um, let me. I'm trying to think. I'd probably Braves Blue Jays. I would
Yeah.
probably say that's one of the most exciting ones, and then if not that, probably looking at the Cardinals, Red Sox, or even the Pirates, Orioles.
Yeah, I think Pirates Orioles is a fantastic one. I think Rays Yankees is an important one for the Yankees, especially because they do have a bunch of guys coming back from the injured list. I know Aaron Judge making his return after about 2 weeks on the IL. A couple of other guys should be coming back, and then we have another rerun of Padres Dodgers this weekend as well. So a ton to look forward to again this weekend. We've had really 2 straight weeks of very good matchups in the MLB.
Yeah, I agree. And when we think about it as well, you also have Diamondbacks and Giants, which right now it's crucial that the Diamondbacks at least win this series, if not sweep. Because when it comes down, when they're coming up against the Padres and the Dodgers, they want as many division wins as they can.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, is there anything else you want to talk about? Any performances you wanted to spotlight before we talk about our top 10 power rankings?
And I'm just gonna throw it out again to Boston. Like this series coming up with the Braves, everyone expected the Braves to put up a lot of runs. But what Boston's offense is doing, especially with the crucial news in the beginning of the season with Adam Duvall, who was predicted to be one of their top RBI leaders and home run leaders, the offense is still putting up numbers and is, I think, top five in runs scored in the MLB this year so far.
Yeah, and a big, big ups to Masataka Yoshida
Yeah,
because the guy's on a tear.
just had his first swing and miss of May tonight against the Braves.
Ridiculous stuff right there. I do want to point out just one or two things real quick that I saw. Um, Bryce Miller, the pitcher for the Mariners. Yeah, the Mariners. He has made MLB batters swing and miss at 66 of his fastballs in his two MLB starts.
Jeez.
like, or
And he's
sorry, so not swing and misses. They've swung at 66 of his fastballs. Only one of those resulting in a hit, and it was a single.
and he's a rookie?
Yes, he has only made two starts in the MLB.
Oh,
So be
brother.
on notice, anybody that's got to face Bryce Miller of the Seattle Mariners, because you're in for a rude awakening. And then I do want to give my congratulations to last year's, or not last year, last week's AL and NL Players of the Week, Masataka Yoshida of the Boston Red Sox and Sean Murphy of your Atlanta Braves. They're matching up this week as well. And to start the series, Sean Murphy's on top.
I was about to say Sean Murphy, what he had 3 RBIs tonight?
I believe so. A great. He's playing so goddamn good.
Yeah, he's doubled his barrel rate, and that's mainly because he's chasing less pitches.
Yeah.
Beginning of the season, he was striking out or grounding into double plays so much. He's found his rhythm, he's settled in, and now he's fucking shitting on kids.
Yeah, he's absolutely killing it with batting 299, 9 home runs, 32 RBIs, and a second best in the league, 1076 OPS. So Sean Murphy, keep it up because with him and Ronald Acuna firing on all cylinders, whoo, looks scary to
And,
play the Atlanta.
and Matt Olson. Matt
Yeah,
Olson's he's staying consistent. Yeah, he's only batting 250, but when you're putting up 430-foot bombs every other game, I don't care.
yeah, batting 250 with an on base percentage at 382. I couldn't be happier. And same goes for Sean Murphy. The guy is walking a tremendous amount, batting 299, on base percentage at 440. Like crazy stuff coming out of the two of them. Thank you, Oakland.
Yeah, and it's also great to have Orlando Arcia back, going 3 for 4 tonight.
Oh, yeah. Love to see him back. All right, Colin, let's get into these MLB power rankings. I'm very excited to hear what you've got. We'll start at 10 and we'll move up to 1. Let's hear number 10.
All right, number 10, I'm putting the Angels right now.
Hmm.
Just with the consistent baseball, yeah, they started off rough, but they're finding that groove right now. So with the Pirates are sort of slumping right now, so I bumped them out of the top 10 and I moved the Angels up to 10.
All right, so at my number 10, I do have the Pirates. I have them dropping all the way down to number 10 because, last 10, they're 2 and 8. You can't see that out of a team that is leading their division right now. And they've played very well, but the problem is that the run differential is they're cutting it real damn close with a lot of these games. The run differential is only plus 11. Whereas a team like the Chicago Cubs are in third place in their division at plus 42. And there's numerous other teams that aren't even in first place in their division that have been outscoring the Pirates. And it just seems like, yes, of course, you can attribute that to a pretty strong, starting rotation and bullpen that has played very well and maybe minimal run production. But the runs allowed are still up there pretty high compared to other clubs, and it just seems like they can't quite hold them off right now, and that's just not a good recipe for success.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that one. Like I have them sitting at 11 for me.
All right, well, let's hear number 9.
All right, number 9, I got the Astros. I know
I'm
it's
surprised they made it. I got to be honest.
yeah. I put them there because they're the Astros. Okay, yeah, their rotation is in shambles right now, and certainly their injuries aren't helping. But they still got plenty of time, and they're starting to bring it back right now. But I that's all I'm gonna say. They're at my number 9.
All right, fair enough. At my number 9, I've got the Los Angeles Angels here. I think they're playing fantastic baseball, 6-4 in their last 10. I'm very happy with what I've seen. We were just talking about it. Very happy about what I've seen with the offense, but a bit more of a surprise is that the bullpen and the starting rotation, though they're giving up quite a few runs, isn't as bad as it has been in prior years.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like we said, Angels are playing good baseball.
Yeah, and the best thing I can see out of a club, especially like the Angels, where we have not seen much success in prior years, is an even home and away record. They're very close. At home, they're 10-7, away 10-9. That's kind of what I want to see is teams be more balanced. If you're only going to win at home, then you know how is that going to help you? If you're a like the Colorado Rockies, where of course they have a home field advantage, but at the moment it's not really showing all that much. Look, it is important to not just win at home. You got to win on the road, and I think that the Angels have done a great job of balancing those two.
Yeah. Well, heck, so far the Rockies are better away than they are at home.
Yeah,
8-13 away and 7-9 at home.
yeah, it's scary stuff. But let's talk number 8. Who you got?
Number 8, I got the Padres.
Ooh,
That's But have you noticed the tear that Fernando Tatis has been on since he's been back?
yeah, they might need him to piss in another cup.
I was Something don't look right, man. Something don't look right. But even with him being out, if he keeps this up, man, he's gonna have a monster season.
Oh yeah, like he's absolutely killing it, and they've got him batting leadoff, which is just kind of crazy.
They're
They
going after
can,
the Ronald Acuna
yeah,
strategy.
I guess because look, they need a jump starter in this lineup, and he's doing just that. Like he's hitting pretty strong, like 4 power. Obviously Fernando Tatis is never gonna hit over 300. That's just not in his repertoire. But when you've got him to front load this lineup, and I really like the lineup that they put out against the Twins today, with Tatis leading off, and then Cronenworth, Machado, Soto, Bogarts, and then you have Matt Carpenter at DH, Ha Kim, Trent Grisham, and then Austin Nola. I don't mind this lineup whatsoever. There's certain guys you could switch out, and there's certain guys you can move around this lineup, but I think that helps them a lot. It's not set in stone. They can be pretty fluid with how they put out this lineup, depending on what they want to see, what the matchup is. I think there's endless possibilities with this much talent. It's just about everybody being hot at the same time.
Yeah, and that might be one of the scariest top fives I've seen
Yeah,
in a lineup. And I'm a Braves guy, and I know our top five's pretty fucking terrifying. But like you said, they got people who can move all over. Like Trent Grisham can go bat leadoff tomorrow, and you
yeah,
move Tatis down. Nola can move up to 5 or 6. Matt Carpenter 8 or 9. But it's not just batting in the lineup; they have people who can play all over the field. So you're not missing reps. You can get in. Say it's not your primary position. Um, Say Matt Carpenter comes out, give um, Cronenworth needs a break. You put Matt Carpenter at first base, easy. It's awesome to see that in a lineup, and it's showing right now. They're playing very well.
Yeah, there's endless possibilities with this lineup, and um, I just I guess it's more the rotation that I need to see more from, and it's kind of the games like last week, I believe, or maybe it was the week before against the Giants. Like, though they won, they gave up 11 runs. Like, that's the performances that we can't see. I really like what I've seen from them recently, though. They haven't given up more than 2 runs since um, the first game with the Reds last week on May 2nd. So, look, they've gone a week without giving up more than 2 runs. That's what you need to see out of a team like this. That's how you're going to surge up and possibly take a lead in this division is good pitching and even better offense.
Yeah, and tomorrow's matchup, the Padres are throwing Seth Lugo out on the bump, and they're going up against Pablo Lopez. So I'm excited to see that matchup tomorrow. But on a different note, did you see who the Padres' leading RBI scorer is?
No, I did not.
Matt Carpenter.
Look at him. Only 17. That's not very good.
So I guess the Padres, you know, it's weird.
Yeah.
And that I was about to say something. I was like, well, it seems like they're not putting up a lot of runs, but it's just they're all putting up runs.
Yeah, it's shared across the whole team, and you couldn't ask for more.
Yeah. All right, Greg, who you got?
All right, number 8, I've got the Boston Red Sox. I think they're playing fantastic baseball, and though you can knock them for being fourth in their division, you can't deny the 21-16 record. Like they're absolutely killing it, and they've got good players doing stuff. Like Rafael Devers leads in home runs and RBIs. Verdugo leading in batting average. Then pitching wise, it's not. It doesn't seem that good. It just seems like the offense is kind of carrying them at the moment, which obviously isn't sustainable. Like when your ERA leader is Tanner Hawk and he's got an ERA at 5.26, it's not quite what you want to see, but it's the late inning heroics of this batting, of this lineup that has saved their ass multiple times. And if we can see better starting pitching out of this team, they're certainly going to be contending for first place in this division.
Yeah, and it's also a little help from Tristan Casas. I probably butchered that last name, but he's a young buck who's shining right now. And of
Yeah,
course, Alex Verdugo, of course.
yeah, man, Doogie, he's killing it. But look, Boston 8-2 in their last 10, and they've lost 2 in a row. So look, they won 8 in a row. That's crazy. And if they can just, obviously you don't have to win every single game, but if you can just consistently take 2, sometimes take the sweep, you're gonna climb up because the Rays, look, they lose games. It just happens, and I believe they lost today. So if you can just continue to play consistent baseball, you're gonna climb up. It's just about winning the games that you need to, and I think that the Red Sox just have to deal with that.
Yeah, and like when you said they swept the Blue Jays in 4 games, and then took 2 from Philly. Like that, those are not hard teams to beat.
Yeah,
So it's like you said, their pitching's got to get better if they want to make a run. Because if we
exactly.
see from any Tampa Bay team that second half of the season after the All Star break, they're gonna struggle.
True.
Someone's gonna go down with an injury, and they're gonna be in shambles. So if you can keep up right now and then just surge past them later, you're golden.
All right. Who's your number 7?
My number 7 is the Red Sox, so we don't have to
Love
go in. We don't have to go into detail for it.
it. Well, I like it. So my number 7, I would love to have put them higher. I just personally I like some of the other teams ahead of them better. I've got the Diamondbacks here, and I don't even know what it is about it. I just think it's some of their pitching hasn't been all that great, and I'd like to see just 5 knockout starters. Like you can just pencil them in for the W. It's just not the reality of this lineup for the Diamondbacks. Like with like their starter today, Brandon. You know what? I'm not even gonna try and pronounce like fat.
Good enough.
I think that's good. Like he's got a 13.5 ERA.
Well, yeah, he's getting shit on right now by the Marlins.
Yeah, they already pulled him out. That's how bad he's playing. and
Soler had 2 bombs off of him.
and like I'm pretty sure that's his debut. Like that sucks, but I mean overall for this Diamondbacks team, it's just it doesn't seem like they can string like they can't ride off the back of a couple of good wins. Like and they're yet to take 3 wins straight off of a single team. They keep like they've won 3 straight multiple times, but I need to see them just kind of hit their stride for like a week. Like have a great week. Don't have a great handful of days.
Yeah, it's like they're winning Zach Gallen's game.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah, when it comes down to this team, like yeah, they're gonna win at the moment. It seems like they're gonna win when Zach Gallen's on the mound, and Merrill Kelly gives them a fighting chance, and so does Ryan Nelson. And then like Zach Davies is on the IL, and then you have this young guy Brandon whatever. You got him as well, and it's like okay, so the first 3 like you got a chance, and then it just drops off. Like you need a little more consistency if you want this whole thing to work out, and that's just what they're missing at the moment.
Yeah, I'm excited for
Yeah, they're a fun team
him.
to watch.
Maybe they make a couple pickups
I
by the
hope
trade
so.
deadline.
I hope they're buyers at the trade deadline.
They'd be stupid if they're not.
They could pick up some good pieces off of like the White Sox and the Royals.
Yeah, go get Clevenger.
I don't.
You could go. I'm trying
Do
to
you
think of
want
who.
them?
I'm trying to think of who else.
If not, you could probably pick up Lance Lynn.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice for him.
I don't know. Well, it's not trade time. We don't have to talk about this yet. So,
Oh, I
who's your
cannot
number
wait till
6?
trade deadline.
Oh my god. Yeah. Who's your number
All right,
6?
I'm gonna put the Blue Jays at number 6, and I would have them higher, but the other 5 teams are just playing so much better baseball than them. And I just referenced a store here in Marietta, Georgia, right
Sure
there.
did.
But they ranked dead last in home games played this season. Like they've only played 12 games at home. Yeah, they're 9-3, but they're 12-11 on the road.
12-12 as of today.
Oh, did they lose today?
Yeah.
Oh, yikes. Oh, sorry, Toronto. I tried to help you out there. But yeah,
Not letting them get out of here.
who'd they lose to?
Phillies.
Oh, that's rough. But yeah, they're my number 6.
I get it. They're a good team.
Yeah,
My
Matt
number
Chapman.
6. Oh,
Matt
no, go
Chapman.
ahead.
Matt Chapman's putting the team on his back.
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
trying. Fuck. It's going to break at some point. But I've got the Dodgers here at 6. And yeah, I could have put them higher. I honestly, I could have put them lower. Like, but it's the Dodgers. I can't deny that they're playing very well. They're one of the only teams in the league. Actually, they're one of 2 teams in the league with 200 or more runs scored, only behind the Rays, of course, who have 30 more than them. But look, the Dodgers are the Dodgers. They're going to win a shitload of games. Probably not as much as they have in prior years with the strength of this division, but you can't count them out. They're always going to be good because they've always got a few good pitchers and a pretty good bullpen and a bunch of good hitters. Like they're undeniable at this point. Obviously after years and years of dominance, it's hard to say that they're not always going to be in this top 10.
Yeah, and like you said, good bullpen. They definitely showed that today with Noah Syndergaard having to exit the game early. He only pitched an inning, and
Yeah.
so it was a bullpen game for them. They won 6-2. But when you have that 1-2 punch of Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, that's terrifying. That's gonna scare the shit out of any starting pitcher. But then also their young bucks, was it
James
James
Outman.
Outman?
James Outman has been fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean he let me down in prize picks the other day, but we're not going to talk about that. Um, come on, man, I just need a one hit. But yeah, James Outman and also what is it, Trace Thompson?
Dude, at this point, Trace Thompson's not even young. He just doesn't play a lot. Like,
Yeah,
Trace Thompson is 32 years old.
yeah, my bad. I don't know why I said anything. He's batting 132 right now.
Yeah,
He's
like he had a few good games early in the season where he was just like hitting home runs for no goddamn reason. But like he's not like an everyday starter in this lineup, but certainly can contribute if he's having a good night.
maybe he should go play basketball.
I think his brother's got that one held down.
Maybe he should go to the Miracle League.
Maybe.
I did a project about that.
Nice.
But yeah,
Congrats.
I like the Dodgers right there.
All right.
I actually
Let's
got
talk.
them. I got them my next one.
Okay, that's perfect because I have the Blue Jays there.
There we go. We don't gotta go into much detail
Yeah.
about it.
Look, I totally agree with what you said about the Blue Jays. I need to see them play a lot more at home for sure because the 9-3 seems like a fluke. But with the Blue Jays, they have such a volatile team. Like their team is so up and down across the board. That's why I can't trust it just yet. Like Alec Manoah is a guy who last year was absolutely fantastic. This year he's 1-3, coming off of this loss to the Phillies today. He only went 4.2, gave up 3 runs, only had 1 strikeout, and he walked 4 batters. Like they're all over the place, and they've just got pitchers all over this rotation that are always going to be all over the place.
Yeah, and as a starting pitcher, you cannot have that walk to strikeout ratio like that. Like, come on, 1 strikeout and 4 walks. That's just, his command is all over the place this season.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
I haven't looked at his season numbers, but
They're
you
not
said
good.
he's 1-3. That can only tell me what everything else is. From a guy who's lights out. What last year did he make his first All Star appearance?
Yeah, he made his first All Star game. I think he was a finalist for AL Cy Young.
Oh yeah, it was him, Cease, and Verlander.
Yeah,
Yeah, poor guy. You're letting your team down, man. Like, come on, pick this shit up and start hucking a ball.
yeah, Alec, I know you're listening.
And he's probably playing too much MLB The Show. I know he's been on Twitch recently.
Oh, interesting. Maybe we have a Kyler Murray situation on our hands.
Maybe. All right, but what are we on, number 5?
No, we're on number 4 now because we had the same 5 and 6.
That's right. So number 4, I got the Rangers,
Hmm.
and
Okay.
so Adolis Garcia, MLB leader for RBIs with 36. What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's on pace for 177 RBIs.
Damn.
But Jacob DeGrom was finally starting to figure it out. What, Martin Perez is doing his thing. What do they have? Nate or Josh Lowe? I forget. It's Nate Lowe, right?
Yeah, they've got Nate Lowe.
He's been mashing. Corey Seager's hurt. Marcus Simeon. It's just like they're playing good baseball. I know
Yeah, they are.
I'm talking really slow right now because I'm just trying to think of all the talent that they have, and I'm happy to see that they're finally putting it to use. Because
Yeah,
we've seen them have talent before, but they just shit the bed.
yeah, they definitely have. I really like their rotation. You know, when DeGrom is healthy, of course, he's one of the best. And then Martin Perez is very consistent. Nathan Eovaldi has shown tremendous flashes, especially this season. He looks great. John Gray is just kind of a consistent throw him out there guy. He's going to get you 5 or 6. And then Andrew Haney can have a good day. Sometimes he won't. It's just part of his game, honestly.
Yeah,
But
and Dane
uh,
Dunning.
yeah, Dane Dunning as well. Just to add to this rotation, There's a bunch of guys that can go out there and do their job. I'm just very scared of the days when a couple of those guys maybe get hurt and we don't see this consistency.
Yeah, but also talk about your guy here, Jonah Heim.
Sir.
He's had a great start, and it's been a big factor in the Rangers' success.
Yeah, he's probably like him and Adolis are easily the ones running the show at the moment, which is surprising since $1 billion is put into Marcus Simeon and Corey Seager. Like you wouldn't expect the two guys that came up in the system that have only been up for a handful of years in Jonah Heim and Adolis Garcia to be kind of running the show, but they certainly are.
Yeah, and one thing I just looked at, but Ian Kennedy's still in the league.
Sure is.
He's pitching right now
Yeah,
for the
that's
Rangers.
yes.
I thought he was like in a retirement home.
No, surprisingly, he's still kicking it at 38.
That's poor guy. His family must not love him.
Yeah, well, he's not even pitching all that well. He's 7.27 ERA this season.
But he just needs to hang it up.
It's probably safe to say. But my number 4 is the Baltimore Orioles. I would have loved to put them higher. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But uh, I don't know what it is about this team, but I just don't trust everything they've got going on.
No, you're stupid.
No, like listen, it's they're too young, if that makes sense. Like there's not enough there's not enough prior work that backs up how good they're playing.
Yeah, so basically like they're playing on a high right now,
Yeah,
and once they get off that high, they're gonna think that they're back in high school baseball going up against ING Academy.
exactly. But they're
Like,
not.
yeah, like I like that. I think they could be flip flop between 3 and 4. Because, I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and say I had them at 3,
Yeah.
but they've never had a team with 2 players reaching 40 stolen bases. Right now, Jorge Mateo's at 12 and Cedric Mullins is at 11. And not even that, Jorge Mateo's 12 for 13 and Cedric Mullins is 11 for 11. So, and I know for a while they were the 1-2 punch, but you got Adley who's staying consistent, Ryan Mountcastle who's picking it up. Like, they got great, phenomenal hitters on this team.
Yeah, and I'm
And
not trying to take that away from them, but like, what's going to happen when Adley Rutschman gets cold, or when even Anthony Santander, who hasn't, he's been very good this season. What if he gets cold and they don't really have that power aspect still in the lineup, or Gunnar Henderson still hasn't really showed too much on hitting wise. He's a great fielder and he showed that off, but I got to see more from the hitting. He's batting 179 right now with a slugging of 326. Like that, it's almost unacceptable from the number one in the pipeline. Like I just and like Adam Frazier is just not. He's not the guy that people thought he was going to be after a great first half of the season, like 2 years ago. I don't know what the deal is there, where people just want to like hash out money at him, but he's not that guy. He showed it when he got traded to the Padres that he wasn't that good. Then he goes to the Mariners, still wasn't that good, couldn't even stay in that lineup. Now he's with the Orioles, and if Ramon Urias was healthy, I'd probably put him in the lineup over him.
yeah, like at this point, Adam Frazier should have just stayed in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Like, with how well Pittsburgh's playing right now, they could probably use him.
not if he's going to go over 3.
Yeah, but we're talking about Pittsburgh Adam Frazier. This is
That's fair.
Baltimore Adam Frazier.
Yeah,
In Pittsburgh, he was the guy. Yeah, you had Brian Reynolds, but he was the guy.
fair
And
enough.
now he's on a team of young guys, as I should say, that are already better than him.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, when they go cold, do we see Austin Hayes pick it up for him? I mean, he's having a pretty decent year. He's not playing every day because I know he's splitting time with Stowers. But and it's also right now, are we going to see Grayson Rodriguez kick it into gear? He's got an ERA of 5.08 right now.
There's really no telling because like Grayson Rodriguez at this point, I've stopped having the high expectations because I've seen it. He can't go out and do it consistently. But like the other guys in this rotation, I've been very happy with what they've shown. Dean Kremer, Kyle Gibson, Kyle Bradish, Tyler Wells, like they've all shown off very good performances. I just question the consistency because not most of them don't really have a body of work behind them.
Yeah, and their bullpen's kind of worrying me because their bullpen does great against bad teams, but struggles against really good teams.
Yeah, and
Like,
like they have two great players in that bullpen. We talked about them, I think both of them last week with Yenier Cano, who has been absolutely shut down, and then Felix Bautista, who's been very good, can get up there into like the 100s. Like they have good stuff going. I need to see more out of like your guy that's just gonna come in to back up the starting pitcher. I need to see more out of the middle relief because yeah, Yenier Cano can be a fantastic setup man, and Felix Bautista can be a fantastic closer, but I just question like those middle relief guys that do the dirty work.
yeah, and you can't pitch those same two guys every game.
Yeah,
But Cano, they both pitched tonight in their win over Tampa Bay. Cano threw in it 1 2/3 inning, gave up one hit, 2 Ks, which he still on the season has an ERA of 0, which is pretty damn good. But Felix Bautista pitched 1 1/3 inning, gave up 3 walks and only 1 K. No hits and no runs, but 3 walks and 4 outs. That's not very good. That's not what you want to see from your closer.
no, not at all. Like that's the problem. It's the same kind of thing that I said with the Blue Jays is that they have volatile players. Like
Mhm.
it's kind of the same with the Orioles. It just happens that the Orioles seem to kind of right their wrongs a lot.
Yeah, I agree. All right, but I want to hear who you got at 3.
At 3, I've got the Rangers. Just once again,
Okay.
we flip flopped there. I love what the Rangers have, and I kind of stated my piece already. But at 21-13, I don't think the Rangers could have asked for a better start. They're positive at home at 12-6, and they're positive away at 9-7. That's once again something you want to see. I want to see them do it on the road a lot more, but I can't be happier. Plus 86 run differential. Like they're doing their job. They arguably have multiple games that they should have won that they didn't. And that's what they need to address is the bullpen, honestly, because they're giving up late runs and that's a problem. But once they can address the bullpen, this team is going to be very, very good.
Yeah. So you think they buy bullpen at the trade deadline?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it would be smart for them to. But that plus 86 run differential is crazy. 223 runs scored and only giving up 137.
Yeah.
Beautiful. But I'm pretty sure we have an idea who 1 and 2 are. But who you got it 2?
I got the Braves.
Okay, me too.
All right. I'm glad that we could agree because it's pretty obvious that the Rays are one.
Yeah, as much as I want to put my team at 1, I'd be stupid.
Yeah.
Because
It'd be hard to argue.
yeah, I know for a while there with the Rays with their hot start, there was a conversation. Yeah, they're not playing anybody. They have a weak schedule, but that shit's out of the water now. That's in simple reality. They're just playing amazing baseball.
Yeah, they're 29-8. You can't question it anymore because they've done it against teams in their division. They've done it against the Astros, which not a great series against the Astros. They lost 2 of them, but still picked up a win. They've done it against the White Sox every single time except for one that they've played the White Sox. They're 6-1 against the White Sox this season. They swept the Pirates. They took 2 off the Yankees. They've already taken 1 off the Orioles. Like Tampa Bay is fucking good, but let's talk about the Braves first.
They're on pace to win 111 games, and they already have a 7-game lead in the NL East.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how bad the NL East looks right now.
Yeah, dude. Like, because we thought, yeah, it was going to be a close series or a close race with the Phillies, with them coming off their amazing year last year. But man, they've just started off so shitty.
Yeah,
And
the Phillies and the Mets, dude. God.
yeah, like the Braves have just, ooh, like they're at a plus 62 run differential. Like they put up 197. Yeah, it's not 223, but they've only given up 135.
Yeah.
And we're doing it both. We're mainly doing it on the road.
Yeah.
At home we're 10-8, and on the road we're 15-3.
I was about to say that because that is fucking ridiculous. 15-3? Like, that is absolutely insane. And the good thing is that we're beating over 500 teams. We're 6-5 against teams above 500, which is huge for us.
Yeah, and I said 7 games earlier, but after tonight's win, we're up 8. Behind us, there's a 3-way tie for the Mets, Marlins, and Phillies.
Yeah, and
At
then
7.
Washington is only a game and a half behind those three. Like, look, it's not it's not like out of the cards to say that, the Mets or the Phillies could have a good season because they're putting up runs. They're just giving up a few too many. They just need to win. And that's the problem. But when it comes back to the Braves, the only thing I need to see is less injuries. Everybody is getting hurt. Like, it seems like every week there's a new guy going on and off the IL. Like, we get the
Yeah.
news that Darno's back. Now Fried's on the IL. Like, we just cannot avoid it. It's just killing me.
Yeah, and I feel like once we can put this team firing on all cylinders, man, it's going to be deadly. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, dude. They're going
Guess
to
what?
be absolute world beaters. Like,
We'll have Rosario, Harris, and Acuna in the outfield.
yeah.
And hell, as of right now, you can switch Pilar or Hilliard with Rosario. Platoon them out there. Darno and Murphy flip flop between catcher, DH, and then you got Austin Riley, Orlando Arcia, Ozzy Albies, and Matt Olson. Like
Yeah.
that is absolutely deadly. And then we get Freed, who needs to stop being a little bitch, man up, and get on the mound. Yeah.
The thing is that we have the guys to pick up the weight. That's what I'm so happy about with this Braves team is that it's not just a number one starter or, other guy. Like Kyle Wright is still kind of beat up. Spencer Strider, though, fantastic. Charlie Morton looked pretty damn good tonight. Bryce Elder is more than I could have ever asked out of him. And we've got guys in the minors that can come up and start and have quality games. But what I really like is the bullpen. I think now that Raisel Iglesias has come back and slid back into his closing role, it just takes some pressure off of AJ Minter and Jesse Chavez, who are trying to pick up that weight and just they can't. It's simple. They just can't do it. And like the ideal situation is the starters like Freed and Strider and Wright, even Elder, they can go 6, they can go 7. Then Jesse can come in. Then AJ can come in. And then Raisel can close it. Like I honestly, I can't ask for more. If I see Max Fried on the mound, he goes 7 innings, and then I see AJ Minter for the 8th, Raisel Iglesias for the 9th, like, I wouldn't want it any other way.
Exactly. And then we also have Kirby Yates, who is starting to pitch very well.
Yeah.
Like he's cutting down on his walks, and that's resulting in Ks. Like he pitched an inning today, 2 Ks, 1 walk. I'll take that.
Oh, yeah, 100% of the time. But I honestly, at this point, all I need to see is better depth in the infield because it doesn't look like Vaughn Grissom's doing all that good. And that's not really working out. Braden Shoemake came up, hasn't been able to really get anything going. Adrianzo's kind of on and off the IL. And with Arcia kind of having to start at shortstop, it really limits the depth in the infield. So, like, if Ozzy goes down, do we want Vaughn Grissom back up? Do we want Braden Shoemaker in the lineup? Like, there's a lot of stuff that could happen with this lineup that I'm I'm not very happy that it could be a possibility.
Yeah, definitely infield depth is one of them. Because, I mean, at the beginning of the season, we were like, it's going to be a battle between Vaughn and Orlando Arcia the whole time. Like, the ceiling was held high for Vaughn. And yeah, his bat was doing okay, but his defense was just straight dog shit.
Yeah,
I think he committed like 5 errors in 2 weeks.
it was not good. And it is, look, it's like one of the first times he's actually had to play shortstop in the majors. So, it's just different. He played a lot of second base last year, didn't play any shortstop, and he looked fine at second base. He can cover ground. It's just making sure that he can play consistently in the field, because what's the use in having him up here if he's not going to be a good fielder? Because look, we don't need his bat. His bat's not even all that good. So if you can't field, you don't have a spot in this lineup, because there's already some guys that can't field and they're hitting a hell of a lot better than you.
Yeah, like we got Pilar and Hilliard that I'll take their bat over Vaughn any day.
Yeah, and
And
those are two guys that are good fielders.
exactly. And Azuna's starting to click.
Thank God.
He's starting to get rolling. He he stopped beating his girlfriend and started beating
Oh,
some
okay.
baseballs.
All right. No. Well, he did plead no contest to his DUI from last year. That was just
Ozuna,
the other day. Of
Ozuna from the Atlanta Braves. Ozuna
Yep,
for Braves.
course. It's honestly like an infamous quote in the Braves community. I love it.
Dude, it's amazing. I
All right.
remember watching that video and
Oh yeah,
it's
absolutely hilarious.
it's
But
awesome.
all right, let's go ahead. Let's meet ride the Rays. Just get it started.
It's like what the fuck
Yeah,
is how I'm gonna start. Like they're playing out of this world. I would probably say their run differential is 116.
dude, it's absolutely insane. And you've got guys like Drew Rasmussen and Zach Eflin looking like real fucking starters. Zach Eflin is 4-1 with a 2.91 ERA. I've
Yeah,
I've never seen this man pitch like this.
it's like he just with Justin Verlander was hurt. Is he took Justin Verlander's arm?
Yeah, dude, the lowest ERA that Zach Eflin has ever finished the season with was a 3.97, and that was in the COVID year.
Jeez. Yeah, like they lost today, and he still went out there through 6 innings. Yeah, he gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, but he held his team in there for 6 innings. His offense just didn't help him tonight.
Yeah,
And you said he's 4-1.
yeah,
So was tonight his first loss of the season?
I believe so. It could just be that MLB wasn't showing it. Let me check real quick. Um, yes, his first loss of the season.
It's against a top team right now, and he
Yeah,
only lost by 2.
yeah. So look, the rotation absolutely insane. The bullpen looks just as good. Like it is so crazy how well all of these players are playing.
Yeah, and I want to shout 2 guys out on their team because I would have never thought that they would be starting in a lineup right now. Christian Bethencourt
Yep.
and Jose Siri. They're 8-9. Christian Bethencourt batting 233, but he's out here hitting 430, 450-foot bombs, producing RBIs. Jose Siri's out here stealing home.
It's just insane to even look at this lineup and be like, yeah, they'd be good, because it's not like this is just a super team. This is just a bunch of good baseball players playing good baseball. Yandy Diaz has been a good baseball player for a few years now, and nobody wanted to give him his credit until now. Brandon Lau getting all the credit in the world for just smashing the shit out of the baseball. He's been doing this for a few years now. Isaac Paredes, what a fantastic fucking pickup for this team. As a young player, like Isaac Paredes has showed some great stuff. Wander Franco, goes without being said. Like the guy's fucking insane. Randy Arozarena looks like the 2021 playoffs all over again. Like, or sorry,
Josh Lowe.
2020 playoffs, but yeah, Josh Lowe. Like so much. It's a fantastic mixture of youth and veteran leadership, and that's what makes them so good. Guys like Harold Ramirez and Manuel Margot that have been in the league for a few years now are the ones that just kind of like they kind of anchor down this lineup. And then like Luke Rayleigh has looked very good in a few of his appearances. Taylor Walls has looked pretty good. Like these are guys that just aren't like we're not accustomed to these guys playing good baseball.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome. I'll say. But when you were talking about Brendan Lowe, the Rays are still winning, and he's starting to play like shit right now.
Yeah,
Like his batting average is 204.
he's struggling.
Yeah, he was. I'm probably say just a couple weeks ago he was like right there at 300, if not above it. And wow, he's gone downhill.
Yeah, but the thing is they've got guys to pick him up. Like Brandon Lau didn't even start today, and ended up pinch hitting and then subbing in for Isaac Paredes, moving Taylor Walls to third, putting Brandon Lowe at second. Like he doesn't have to start, but when the kid is hot, he's undeniably fantastic. And it just goes so well when the top four in your lineup are batting over 300. Like Yandy Diaz batting 320, Wander Franco 310, Arozarena 321, Harold Ramirez 319. Like it is just the perfect formula for success when you've got a ton of good players that will play consistently to just balance out a few guys that might get cold.
Yeah, Yandy Diaz is looking like the best leadoff hitter in the MLB right now,
Yeah.
which
Well,
he
Acuna,
might be.
but
Yeah, it's up there for debate.
it is.
I'm I'm probably gonna stick with Acuna though.
Yeah, same.
Actually, I don't know.
Nah, no, you're sticking with Acuna.
You want to argue this right now?
Nah, I want to talk about the NFL.
All right.
All right, let's do it. Justin Fields is the hottest topic in the NFL for some reason. Just over the past couple of days, can't stop hearing his name. Dan Orlovsky goes on ESPN, says that Justin Fields is going to be in the MVP conversation this year because he finally has the right people around him to allow his talents to excel. What do you think about this?
Oh, I just want to shout Dan out because now Justin Fields, I'm going to take him in the first round of fantasy football this year.
I,
And I'm just,
I wouldn't take him in the first, but he's certainly a guy I'm eyeing. Again.
yeah, I was about to say, he was a key success to your.
No, because I fucking got rid of him.
Oh,
Fucked me over.
that's right.
Fucking
Oh,
Mike picked him up.
But no,
And beat me with him.
I agree with Dan because, God, that's a specimen on the football field.
Okay. You recovered from that one.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna have to pause you. But no, I agree. Justin Fields is fantastic. It's just like MVP is a stretch.
Yeah. But it's just with the numbers he can put up in the air and on the ground is what makes him so deadly.
Yeah, and now like yeah, they added him some targets, and it definitely has the right people around him. I think Dan has a great point with that. I don't know about MVP conversation only because there's for the rest of his career there's always going to be a Pat Mahomes and there's always going to be a Josh Allen and Joe Burrow and all of these other guys that they just they play the position how most people intend it to be played. And that's what people look for. Justin Fields had over 1,000 rushing yards last year. I believe he was in like the top 5 or top 6 in rushing yards last year amongst all players.
I
And
believe
nobody
it.
gave a shit.
I believe it. He was running 70, 80-yard rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
But the way I look at it, so the Bears did a great job at drafting him some O line, and then they picked up a little defense, but they're getting building blocks to become a winning football team, and that's something that really helps in MVP races when your team is winning. So looking at it in perspective, Dane's got a point right here. If the Bears can put together a winning season with Justin Fields leading them, I can 100% see him in the MVP conversation.
Yeah, and his head coach Matt Eberflus has got his back. Said that Fields has made major strides compared to where he was at this point last year, and I think that was obvious when we watched him play this season. It was a gradual increase in how good he was playing, and look, of course, the Bears did not play well as a team last year, but you're right. Like they've added a ton of people that are really going to help him out, and I'm glad that he's getting his recognition because he deserves it. And ESPN Fantasy has certainly given him his recognition. He's number 6 QB right now in ESPN Fantasy for 2023. Like that's kind of crazy. Like there is some elite players that he is ahead of.
Yeah, I was about to say, so like before him, of course, it's Mahomes, Josh, Burrow, um,
Herbert.
Herbert, and who else? Rogers.
I don't think it's Rogers. Let me
Hey,
this up
who?
real quick.
I was about to say, who else could it fucking be?
Let's see.
Brock Purdy.
QB. Hell no. Jalen Hurts
Ah,
and
okay.
Lamar. Actually,
Oh,
Justin Herbert's behind him. But yeah,
so
ahead of him only Mahomes, Allen, Hurts, Burrow, and Lamar.
okay. Damn, that's so he's ahead of Justin Herbert.
Yeah,
That's a little bit of a stretch, but
I know it's kind of crazy.
I think that dual threat just makes him so much scarier.
Yeah, but we'll get into these fantasy projections later. But also, congratulations to Justin Fields. He got his degree from Ohio State a few days ago. Graduated.
Woohoo! Congrats.
Fantastic. Good job, man. But let's talk about the Colts in this tampering saga with Andrew Luck. All this shit is crazy, and it's still ongoing. And I got a feeling that it will be for for a little bit. But it all started with Colts owner Jim Irsay and his fucking Twitter account that I don't understand why he has to use so much. He said, if any NFL team attempted to contact Andrew Luck or any associate of him to play for their franchise, it would be a clear violation of the league's tampering policy, which is true because the Colts own Andrew Luck's rights still because his contract didn't expire. He just retired. And so they're allowed to make this a problem. And it appears that they're referencing the Commanders reportedly reaching out in 2022, but obviously went nowhere because he's still retired and he doesn't look like he wants to make a comeback. So now it looks like the Colts have asked the NFL to look into possible tampering committed by the Commanders, and there's a ton of conflicting reports coming out of this, but this is just such a crazy situation.
Yeah, someone needs to tell like the Colts organization to stay off Twitter. Because I think this is what 3 weeks in a row that we've talked about someone being
Yeah.
on Twitter.
Yeah, it's always Jim Irsay, their owner. He's always the one on Twitter.
Someone needs to take his phone away. But no, like it's I'm happy for Andrew Luck that he stayed retired because who the fuck wants to go play in Washington?
True.
Um, but it's crazy when I think about it that I didn't really think about it before today when I was looking at the sheet that with Andrew Luck retiring, that the Colts still basically owned him.
Yeah.
That this whole situation is crazy. But hey, speaking of the Colts, they released Nick Foles.
Yeah, they sure did. And it just makes it even more interesting that they're obviously starting Anthony Richardson week 1 at this point.
Hey, they got a plan. I'm supporting it until I see it fail.
Well,
Because
it could be early. There's no telling.
or he could go undefeated. There's no telling.
Yeah, like right now, their quarterback depth chart does have Gardner Minshew as the starter, but
Yeah.
it's Gardner Minshew, Anthony Richardson, and then Sam Ellinger. I feel like Anthony Richardson might actually start week 1.
He might. Heck, him and Josh Downs running parking lot, playing catch, running routes.
Yeah. Like that's a crazy story that came out. Yeah, Josh Downs, the rookie that they drafted, of course, out of UNC, on day 1 of rookie camp, said that he went out to catch balls from Anthony Richardson in the hotel parking lot the night before because he didn't want to waste any time. And like, there's so many great things being said about Anthony Richardson. Colts GM Chris Ballard said that when they were drafting Anthony Richardson, the big thing was that they didn't want to look up and watch him become a superstar somewhere else. And that's just high praise because that was the number 4 pick. Like that's a valuable spot to be picking, and you really got to make the right decision, or you're just going to continue to be a laughing stock. And we'll see if this pans out. But at the moment, I really like what I'm hearing about him.
Yeah, it makes me think that if the Colts had the first pick, would they have still gone Anthony Richardson?
Who knows?
Like this what it sounded like. But now, I know earlier in the episodes when college football season was still going, we were shitting on Anthony Richardson a lot because, of course, he's a fucking Gator. But I'm happy to see his praise. He's good.
Yeah.
He deserves it. So, Anthony Richardson, you'll never hear this, but give him hell, dog.
Maybe I'll pick him up in fantasy.
Uh, eh.
But you don't want to. You don't want to just test the waters. He could just be a backup.
So you're gonna have Justin Fields and Anthony Richardson?
Yeah, fuck it. We want some rushing yards, dude. They're worth
dude,
more than passing yards.
I feel like it's a Mike move to draft Anthony Richardson in the 5th round.
Agreed. Mike, I know you're listening. You tell me. Is that your draft strategy? But let's talk about Dexter Lawrence. He got his deal finally, so he can actually report to training since he was holding out for it. They agreed on a 4-year, $90 million deal, $60 million guaranteed. He's now the 3rd highest paid defensive tackle in the NFL. Look, the Giants needed to do this. All-pro defensive tackle. Like, you can't just let him walk, and you certainly don't want to be on his bad side.
Yeah. But one of the things I like his question is like Saquon still hasn't gotten paid.
Yeah, and Dexter Lawrence certainly thinks he should be. Dexter believes Saquon, in quotes, is going to get what he deserves. Why? He's a great player. He's a great leader for us, one of the top players on the team. I'm excited to see what's up for him. And Dexter Lawrence obviously has a great point. Saquon Barkley is absolutely fantastic, and the Giants would be doing themselves a huge disservice if they don't give him the money he deserves.
Yeah, and I love how Dexter Lawrence came about that. Yeah, he just got paid, but he's still there for his teammate, knowing that he's gonna get paid, and that can only tell me that team chemistry in that locker room right now is through the roof.
Yeah, and that's what they need. The Giants are like a huge fringe team, is what I'd think. Like, they're not like a shoo-in to make the playoffs again, but they certainly have the potential too.
Yeah, heck, I'm really excited to see that wide receiver combo of Darius Slayton and Jalen Hyatt this year.
Yeah, deep balls galore.
That's gonna be fun to watch, and of course, you're gonna watch Saquon Barkley absolutely snap some ankles.
Don't forget about Darren Waller.
Oh, dude, that's right.
Dude, that's like one of my favorite pickups of the offseason.
I keep letting that slide right over my head, and I'm just
Yeah, Darren Waller on the Giants is going to be a problem. Mark my words.
Daniel Jones is gonna have a field day
Yeah,
with this team. It's gonna be fun. So
I hope so.
I hope they give the Eagles a run for their money. I really do.
Me too. I would love to see this team do well.
Yeah. I also just want to see the downfall of the Eagles. Sorry, Ronnie.
Fair enough. But let's talk about the Packers because we've certainly seen their downfall. Right now, their defense has 8 first-round draft picks on it compared to just 1 on the offense, and that being Jordan Love.
Wow.
So it's not that Jordan Love is the one under pressure next year. Their defensive coordinator is under pressure with all these first round draft picks because if that defense doesn't look fucking stellar for their young quarterback, you might see his way out.
About to say that DC gonna be heading out the door real quick. So here's the thing: with all those eight first round draft picks, we're probably gonna see a lot of low scoring games from the Packers this year,
Better hope so.
unless AJ Dillon, Christian Watson, Aaron Jones want to step it up.
Hey, they certainly can. And I really like their pick of Luke Musgrave at tight end. Like they've done some fantastic stuff. I just I don't know. I gotta see it on the field.
Yeah, that defense is gonna set the tone.
Oh
That's
yeah,
that's all we're gonna. That's all we know.
certainly. And it's not gonna help that offensive tackle David Bakhtiari is in an interesting situation with the money with Green Bay. So right now he's due 21 and a half in 2024 at a $40.6 million cap hit. And if they extend him without reducing his 2024 cash, the absolute minimum that his 2024 cap hit would be is 24.4 million. But if he gets a big extension, it'll be closer to 30 million. And it just doesn't seem like that works to keep him around.
Yeah, that's for a guy like David. I don't know. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, like, look, the problem is he can't stay on the field.
Yeah, he's injured every year.
And I'm sure Aaron Rodgers would take him.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, could you imagine him going to the Jets and just never getting hurt again?
Oh man, that would be what happens just to spite the Packers.
Yeah, but besides the David talk, can we? Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, can we talk about who has his locker?
This is the craziest thing I've heard, probably all weekend. Was Sean Clifford, former Penn State fucking 10-year quarterback, however long he was there. The man that I like to refer to as the QB that beat out Will Levis. Sean Clifford has taken Aaron Rodgers' longtime locker.
They got a big red dog sitting in there at Green Bay. Good old Clifford boy. But I'm just thinking about all the Packers players that are looking over at what used to be Aaron Rodgers' locker and just seeing QB Sean Clifford.
Yeah, that's great. What is he, like QB3? Maybe?
Because I can't even tell you who the backup is.
I don't know. It's probably some old guy that's been there forever. No, Sean Clifford's number 2.
I was about to say, Brett Favre come
Oh,
out of retirement.
I don't know about that one. Danny Etling is QB3.
Okay,
Uh,
I could have went to bed without hearing that name.
yeah, former LSU quarterback. Danny Etling.
That's interesting, but yeah, let's move on.
I'd be glad to, because this story is absolutely fucking insane. 2 USC journalism students were covering the NFL draft in Kansas City, and they were arrested while boarding their plane back to Los Angeles for the theft of more than $1,000 worth of first round draft picks jerseys.
Damn,
What the fuck were they thinking?
that's I'm speechless.
Like, that's so stupid.
But oh, dude, we got all these jerseys. Let's go hop on a flight.
Yeah, like it's pretty. They're gonna know when they're gone.
Dude, I want. I can't even like talk right now just because like how can you be 2 journalism students at a big time journalism college
Yeah,
and do dumb shit like that?
it's absolutely insane to even attempt that.
I bet they were friends with Caleb Williams. Yeah,
Could be.
Caleb's like, hey, let me get that jersey over there. Hey, let me get this guy too.
That's just like you got to be real dumb to
I'm
just be
curious.
like, I'm gonna take these and nobody's gonna find out.
I'm curious, like which players they got. Like at
Well,
least,
$1,000 worth is quite a few.
yeah. Well, and it's not like the jersey. It's not the jerseys that were at the draft. It's. I wonder if they got like a bunch of the same guy.
I no, I'd assume it was the jerseys that like they hold up at the draft.
No shot. Like
It's
how
what
did
I think it would be.
no? Because like when they hold up the jerseys, don't they keep it?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's dumb.
I'm
But
looking it up right now.
but
Um,
you want to talk about dumb? I want to talk about what Arthur Smith said to Skronsky.
yeah, that's just crazy. Yeah, Arthur Smith in Peter Skoronsky's visit with the Falcons told Skoronsky, "You're really boring me right now. Your answers are so boring."
Like what?
Hey, look, I applaud Arthur Smith for his honesty.
That's shit. At least I know what kind of guy we got here in the ATL.
Yeah, man, we got we got a real honest man that knows what he wants, and it ain't no boring people.
I mean, Peter's last name is anything but boring. At
It's
least
true.
at least come up with some good answers.
Yeah, you went to Northwestern. You should be smart.
Arthur Smith probably asked him what his favorite superhero was, and he probably said Superman.
Yeah, that is a boring pick. I'll be honest.
Who would you pick?
Uh like like a boring answer or a good answer?
I just want to know who is your favorite superhero?
Hmm. Might have to like dip into the bag, honestly. Like
All right, I'll,
go
I'll
for
give
like
you mine.
a like
I'll give you mine.
Deadpool.
I like that. I like that. We talking like Ryan Reynolds Deadpool?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely not the X-Men one.
See, personally, I'm a roast myself right here. I'm going Flash.
Flat. You talking about Ezra Miller? It's a
I just
problematic man.
I just want to run fast for once in my life.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. But you could have chose like Quicksilver.
Yeah, but he a little
Bruh,
bitch.
his character is so sick in X-Men.
Yeah, but he a little bitch.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But I do have a little bit of kind of to go back to this USC journalism thing.
Okay.
Um, the jerseys that were allegedly missing were from the 49ers, the Cowboys, and the Vikings. All three jerseys had the number 1 and no name on the back.
Ooh,
And so it said in the police statement, these jerseys are used to give to players selected in the first round of the NFL draft, have a very sentimental meaning.
apparently $1,000 worth of meaning.
Yeah, that is so crazy.
I don't know how two kids that want to be journalists just
Yeah.
are that dumb.
So it says here that the police said they observed the two student reporters enter the areas their credentials did not grant them access to after Thursday's first round. They were seen on video going into the waiting room carrying a bag around 1 a.m. on April 28th. That bag looked fuller than when they left the room, which was said by police.
Crazy.
Like, that is so insane.
That's crazy.
But yeah, let's talk about a Falcons signing that I'm very happy with, and I know you are. You told me before we started, the Falcons signed cornerback Trey Flowers to a 1-year deal.
Dude, I love it because we keep adding our secondary depth. Because in the NFL, I'm gonna say corners they don't stay on the field for a full season. If I'm being honest, just because they get worn down and they need breaks, or they get hurt, they twist an ankle trying to go up for a ball, they pull a hammy. So one of the most important things on a defense that you can do is have secondary help. And it seems like that's what the Falcons are doing right now. And I love to see it.
Yeah, I'm super happy about it. Just continue to add depth, and things will work out. and it seems like that's their approach here.
Yeah. So Falcons, whoever's making these pickups right now, give him $1 million or $1,000 worth of
Uh,
first
yeah.
round draft pick jerseys.
I'm sure Terry Fontenot could get whatever he wants.
Yeah. But yeah,
But
great pickup.
let's talk about this for a second. This is kind of interesting. So the Panthers said that they have no timeline for playing Bryce Young. Until he's ready, Andy Dalton is QB1.
I I I honestly I like that because it seems like they're making Bryce Young earn his starting spot, even with a number one pick. I mean, you're still going up against Matt Corral and Andy Dalton. You got to earn it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that that's what this is. This is telling Bryce Young that he's got to earn this.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we drafted you number one. We're not just giving you the starting spot
Yeah,
because
I think that that kind of lights a fire under a guy's ass.
exactly it makes them want it. Because like it seems like over in Indianapolis, Anthony Richardson is just getting handed the starting spot, even though he's there with Gardner Minshew and what
Sam
is it?
Ellinger.
Sam Ellinger. I couldn't remember that bum's name. Um, but yeah, I like it. I like that's a very professional thing that the Panthers just said, and it still holds that respect for Andy Dalton.
Yeah, who arguably deserves respect.
Exactly. He's bounced around all over the league, but he's done his thing to hold his own.
Yeah, I agree. He's earned it. He's earned the ability to be on a roster and actually be the number one quarterback.
Hell, we might even see Bryce Young sit on the bench for a while because we could see a playoff Cincinnati Andy Dalton.
No, 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 no. Don't get ahead of yourself. I don't think we're going to see that. But what we could see is Brock Purdy. According to John Lynch, he expects Brock Purdy to resume throwing 12 weeks post elbow surgery, which would land somewhere in early June. At this point, San Francisco could get a little bit more clarity on the exact return timeline. Still seems like there's a chance for week 1, but they're kind of preparing themselves if this absence stretches to week, 4 or later. I'm very happy to see this. I want to see Brock Purdy play.
Yeah, it seems like Brock Purdy feels that fire lit underneath him, especially like with them talking about Trey Lance. Like he's got to compete now. Yeah, he did what he did last year, but that's because there were no other options.
Yeah, and don't forget about Sam Darnold on that roster.
I'm forgetting
I've
about
been
Sam Darnold.
I've been hearing some good stuff.
That's cool. I don't care.
Look, I'm not writing off Sam Darnold yet.
I am.
Don't, because he's gonna end up like Geno. If you write him off, he's not gonna write back. All right, well, we do have the NFL schedule release coming this Thursday, and so many changes to the schedule with the new CBA and everything. So the NFL will have Black Friday game. I think fully done by Amazon. The games don't necessarily belong to networks anymore, which is kind of crazy. They do have like a certain number of like CBS has to have a certain number of AFC games and Fox has to have a certain number of NFC games, but any network can get whatever game. All games are up for grabs. So teams can play on Thursday Night Football twice, and not all teams are guaranteed to have a primetime spot this season. But none of that's really the big deal here as fans. What I want to know, Colin, is, ahead of this release, I'm sure they've already gotten all this shit done, but what are some matchups you want to see next season?
So I got two matchups that I really want to see, and then also I put in a little um game that I'd love to see on the Black Friday game.
Okay.
But the two I put down two potential matchups that I'd love to see. First being The Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Cincinnati Bengals.
Love it.
Uh, just Jacksonville is so young, and so is Cincinnati. Two explosive offenses. Did I just pronounce English right? Did that come out right?
No, it came out. It was a little messed up, but I could tell what you were saying.
In my head, I just felt like I spoke like gibberish. But no, that's to me that seems like an exciting game. Trevor Lawrence going off against Joe Burrow, um, with two above average wide receiver groups, especially with Calvin Ridley coming. I would love to see that. And then also number two, I'm gonna go 49ers and Cowboys.
Mm, I like that.
What about you?
So I want to see 49ers and Eagles. That'd be a fantastic rematch of the NFC Championship, especially like later in the season, Sunday night football. Like that's how I see that game. Maybe even Monday night. Let it stand alone because if Brock Purdy's back or Trey Lance is doing very well, those are two teams that I want to see play again. And it'll be a great, look ahead to the playoffs. And that's definitely a matchup I want to see. And on top of it, one that obviously we're gonna see, but I'm excited to watch is Falcons Panthers.
Yeah, yeah, but I do got a question for you.
Yeah.
You're just talking. What if it's Sam Darnold for the 49ers going up against the Eagles? You were talking about him a couple minutes ago.
Look, if Sam Darnold late in the season is looking better than Trey Lance and Brock Purdy, I certainly want to see that.
Okay. Okay. I just heard you say Trey Lance and Brock Purdy's only. I was like, he already forgetting about Sam Darnold?
I'm not forgetting about him. I'm not. I'm just saying there's a chance we see him this year.
But yeah, I like that. I like that Falcons Panthers.
Yeah,
That
dude. It's
matchup.
it's it's once again gonna be exciting. Because it hasn't been exciting since Cam Newton and Greg Olson and Luke Kuechly against
Oh,
Matt Ryan and Julio and Devontae Freeman and like fucking Vic Beasley when he was good.
dude, I just pictured Julio Jones going up over Luke Kuechly, like just automatically,
Or
just
Josh
yoing.
Norman.
Oh, dude, fuck that guy.
Dude, like all I can think of when I think Falcons Panthers is I think it was 2016 or 17. Julio Jones had like 200 receiving yards, and Matt Ryan had like almost 500 passing yards or something.
Wasn't that Matt Ryan's MVP year?
I believe so. So
Yeah, that
2016,
was the
17.
game. That was the game Julio fucking dogged on Luke Kuechly. But also back to Josh Norman, he was like Jalen Ramsey before Jalen Ramsey was even a thing.
Yeah, yeah, he was.
But Grayson, I want to ask you, with getting our first Black Friday matchup, who would you like to see?
Black Friday makes me think like discounts, like something that we don't get to see a lot. Ah, man, like two teams that I'm just excited to watch next year. That's what I think of for Black Friday. And oh man, I gotta say Jets Ravens.
Okay. See, I could tell when you said discount, I knew you were going Jets with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, man, the discount double check.
Yeah, but see, I want to see a rivalry game. I want to see
Okay.
Eagles Giants.
Ooh, okay.
Like, cause about this time, like Giants, they're gonna remain challengers in the East, and I would love to see that.
I would too.
I got
I
a, I
was
got, I got a full belly watching some TV. Ooh,
on Black Friday. You still
yeah,
got a full belly?
yeah.
All right,
Christian, you know me. I always got a full belly.
fair enough. One more that I would like to see though is the Battle of New York. New York Giants versus Jets.
Ooh,
That's an underrated one.
that's money. I like that.
All right, let's talk about these ESPN fantasy football rankings because I don't know about some of them. They're kind of questionable, but let's
especially number
start
six.
off. Yeah, let's start off at quarterback. So we already kind of laid it out for you earlier, talking about Justin Fields, but Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Burrow, Jackson, Fields, Herbert, Deshaun Watson at 8 is kind of outrageous.
Yeah, like that's like, do they think that he's just gonna be on a different level?
Dude, people have been talking very highly of the Browns in general. I think PFF put them at like 8 in their power rankings going into 2023.
Well, yeah, they got a good offensive line. Um, and their main two pass catchers, Amari Cooper and David Njoku, are gonna have to help Watson if he wants to be the number 8 quarterback.
Yeah,
I just don't see that happening.
no, not at all. I do think it's kind of blasphemy to be putting Aaron Rodgers at 14.
Yeah, or like, and honestly, with the year last year, he had Geno Smith at 16.
Yeah, that too. Like two guys that, dude, Gino had over 300 fantasy points last year.
Yeah, but hell, did you see they got Anthony Richardson at number 20 already
I like it. I'm
over
telling
Jared
you,
Goff, over Derek Carr,
that
over
is
Jimmy
crazy
G.
though. Over Jared Goff is crazy.
Yeah, that's ooh,
It's
let's see.
it's interesting. It's tough to see Desmond Ritter at 30, but I respect that he's probably going to be there. I think it's
I,
kind of crazy that Sam Howell is behind Baker Mayfield.
yeah,
I think Sam Howell has the ability to be much better than Baker Mayfield, let alone better than possibly Ritter, Tannehill, Mac Jones, even.
well, hell, they got Colt McCoy over Will Levis.
Wait, where is? Oh my
30,
god.
30.
Okay, well, we're not talking backups
Yeah, but
because they've got Kyle Trask at 34. Like they don't even know what they're talking about at this point.
I was about to say they got Heineke all the way at 40. Like Heineke's a good quarterback.
I could certainly see him seeing the field if Ritter doesn't get off to a hot start.
Exactly. Like he held his own last year.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about running back because this kind of makes me excited, but not really because they've got Bijan at number 3.
Yeah. But with like Grayson, when you go to all players, they had Bijan ranked 6 total.
I know it's scary, man. I
Like,
I just I don't want to put this pressure on him.
I guess we just forgot who the fuck Tyler Algier is.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like Tyler Algier is a very good fucking running back, and he really showed it off last year. And I like where even is he on this list? He's behind Zach Charbonnet. He's number 47.
Yeah, but the fact that you put Bijan Robinson in front of Nick Chubb, Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, hell, even Tony Pollard and Joe Mixon.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even put Bijan Robinson in front of Ramondre Stevenson.
yeah. Look, like I get it that they think that Bijan Robinson is like the fucking like the next coming, but I get it. He's a fantastic running back. Tyler Algier is gonna get snaps. I don't think people understand this. It's not just Bijan at running back.
I think like Bijan's gonna have to earn his snaps too, because I think the first couple games it's gonna be majority Tyler Algier.
I
Because
I want it to be, honestly. As much as I love the fact that we drafted Bijan and he's a fantastic generational type talent, he's got to earn it. And Tyler Algier has earned his snaps.
exactly. Like he was so underrated last year. It it blows my mind. But
Yeah,
moving away from that just a second. Do you see they got Jameer Gibbs in front of Kenneth Walker and Brees Hall?
I was just looking at that because that is interesting. What the fuck? Nah, this can't fly.
Like I'm just behind Aaron, like he's just behind Aaron Jones and Najee. I'm I don't even want to be on the running back list anymore because this shit sucks.
Yeah, this is brutal. They got DeAndre Swift at 28. Like, this is
What?
crazy.
Like, yeah,
Crazy.
like, yeah, Jalen Hurts running is going to take away from DeAndre Swift, but DeAndre Swift's going to be RB1.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And honestly, Brian Robinson at 31, blasphemy. But let's move on to wide receiver because I think they kind of just they essentially got it right here, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, I agree. I agree.
Obviously, number one, Justin Jefferson, and then
Yeah,
Cooper Cup.
that,
I don't know where he's going to be at with the injury and all that, but I get putting him at number two. He's a receptions guy.
yeah. I mean, the same thing can be said about Devontae Adams, especially with Mac leaving. It's just him and Hunter Renfro.
Well, they did pick up what's his name? Was it N'Keal Harry?
Yeah, but he's a bum.
Yeah, I get it, but still, and not the most consistent quarterback play. But um, Jamar Chase at 3 makes sense. Tyreek Hill at 4 makes sense. Devontae Adams at 5, yeah, you could argue for him higher, but I get it. Same with Stephon Diggs at 6. CeeDee Lamb at 7, I think that's the spot for him. Amon-Ra St. Brown at 8. AJ Brown at 9. Jalen Waddle at 10. Garrett Wilson at 11. Like, I don't disagree with anything that I've seen so far.
I think T. Higgins might be a little high.
Yeah, it's tough when he's kind of splitting the targets,
Yeah,
but
but like he's above uh D
DeAndre
Hop,
Hopkins, which is kind of crazy.
Devo, Chris Godwin, who had a phenomenal year this past year.
Yeah.
Uh, Scary Terry.
Yeah,
He's
Terry McLaurin really like getting shit on for some reason.
yeah. Same with Pittman.
Yeah, and honestly, Calvin Ridley. I know we haven't seen him play, but he's still like
He's
a
so good.
commodity.
He's so good.
Yeah, Drake London getting shit on at 30.
Honestly, I like Drake London right there. Let
No.
him let him burn that shit, bro.
Okay, I get that, but like I think he's going to have better years than some of the guys that are on this list.
He might be. This is why this is just a projection.
I do love Michael Thomas at 36 though.
Oh yeah.
I think that's fair.
Look at Jackson Smith and Jigba
Yeah.
at 41 in front of TikTok boy.
Yeah, Juju. Dumb fuck.
Heck, they even got Jordan Addison at 45.
Yeah. I honestly, Odell Beckham at 47 is kind of a steal when it comes to drafting.
Yeah, I like that. But also like I had to go to page 2 for this, but they got Quentin Johnston at 51.
Interesting.
Dude, I totally forgot Adam Thielen went to the Panthers.
Yeah. I think he's going to be a lot more of a target for Bryce Young than people think.
He's gonna be that slant guy.
Yeah.
He's there over the middle, first down, check down. Whoa.
It's almost like that rhymes.
It's almost like it's time for bed.
Well, we got to talk tight end first.
I know.
Travis Kelce at 1. Of course. Who else would it be, honestly? But
Yeah.
Mark Andrews at 2. I respect it. I probably would say Hawkinson will have the better year points wise, but
Hockey sack.
that's just because the Ravens added people to target. So I don't see his targets being quite as high as they normally are. I love Darren Waller at 4. I think it's kind of crazy to have him above Kittle, especially coming off the injury. But I think Darren Waller is going to be a huge part of that offense in New York. Kyle Pitts at 7 scares me a little bit.
I was about to say, in my opinion, Pitts is a little high from what he did.
Yeah, like we didn't see anything out of him in the games he played last year, and then he was hurt. Like it's tough. And Pat Fryermuth at 8 is ridiculous, bro. Like Evan Ingram and David Njoku should be ahead of him.
Yeah.
Personally.
And honestly, 2 names I think that could be higher based on their performance last year. One being a Kongwu or a Kongwo.
Yeah, Okonkwo.
Yeah, with the Titans, and then also Tyler Conklin.
Yeah, he could definitely be higher. I think Jawan Johnson, who had 7 touchdowns last year, with a team like with Derek Carr, who really likes to throw to the tight end and just needing a reliable pass catcher outside of Chris Olave, Jawan Johnson is going to get a good amount of targets, and I think he can produce very well next year.
Yeah, I like that. Um, Zach Ertz is still questionable. We don't know what
Yeah.
after that ACL tear what's going to happen with him.
Yeah.
But also, I think Evan Ingram's going to have a phenomenal year
I do too.
because with Calvin Ridley coming back, that's one less defender that's going to be on Evan Ingram.
Yeah. Like,
And
it's huge.
sorry, I was going to say he's basically like another wide receiver
Yeah.
with how quick he moves.
Yeah. He's crazy. Let's talk defenses just real quick. 49ers at number one. Makes sense. Bills at number two is kind of interesting to me. I feel like they lost a couple of key pieces from that defense, but I kind of get it.
I think one thing is how low the Jets defense is.
Yeah. I don't know. They have a great defense, but I just I don't know. I feel like they could definitely end up being one of the best, but I feel like they'll end up being kind of average.
Yeah, I love Steelers at 3.
I do too.
I
I
think
really like their defense.
because they're TJ Watt's going to be healthy and back.
Yeah. Minka,
Cameron
of
Hayward,
course.
and then also they got Patrick P.
Yeah. And Joey Porter Jr.,
Oh, that's right. Can't forget about JPJ.
Peasy Jr.
Oh, easy. Sorry, that was out of pocket. I apologize, guys. It's been a long day, but
I'm going to say it, though. The Falcons are underrated at 20.
oh yeah, we're about to turn some heads. Let me tell you, ain't no
Dude.
way the Commanders have a better defense than us.
Crazy.
Ain't no
The
way.
Titans? Nah.
They tripping,
Nah.
bro.
Tripping. Panthers? Nah.
That's crazy. But hey, my my fantasy defense for 3 years in a row coming at number 5, the Cowboys.
Yeah, man.
You know, the I gotta love the pick sixes. Gotta love it.
Yeah, and with Michael Parsons trying to move strictly to defensive end,
Yeah.
sack numbers going up.
But they also traded for Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah.
Like, so one side you're gonna have Stephon and the other side you're gonna have Trayvon. It's a lot of Vaughns.
Yes, but one spelled PHON.
I know, but they ended on.
All right, and all I have to say is that the best kicker, of course, is Justin Tucker.
Yeah.
Shout out Young Wei Koo, number 6.
I love me some Daniel Carlson. I
Yeah?
do. I love me some Daniel Carlson. He won me a lot of games last year. A lot of matchups. I ain't gonna
Rookie kicker Jake Moody, the first pick of the 49ers draft, number 16.
Interesting. Oh yeah, he's taking over for Robbie Gold.
Yeah.
That old ass is definitely in a retirement home.
Oh, yeah. But I think that's going to do it for the fantasy rankings. Colin, are you ready for your first time on top 3, bottom 3?
Let's go. I'm so excited.
And I had to pick a fun one. We couldn't just stick to sports on this one. It's me and Colin in here. Like, we got to have a little fun with it. So we're doing it. Cereal.
You know I love me some cereal.
We had to. Many years of meeting up at one of our houses, having a bowl of cereal, and playing outside for hours spent with me and Colin. And so we had to do cereal. I had to take the top 3 first pick. Personally, look, I get to make the decisions here. I got the bottom 3 pick with Luke last week. Got to take it for here, but I think that it's pretty strong to have the first pick on the bottom with cereal because it's a very volatile thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I got to get it started. 1-1, top 3 cereals, Frosted Flakes.
Okay.
Had to.
Let me go ahead and check that off my list.
Good, because Frosted Flakes are goated. Goated mascot, Tony the Tiger. Goated slogan. They're great. Like, it couldn't be a more accurate slogan. Frosted Flakes are fucking elite. It's so perfect because even once they get like a little bit soggy, they're still pretty goddamn good.
Dude, in the milk.
Yeah, bro. The
So what?
sugary milk.
So I forget. I go with the
You
first bottom one, right?
no, we're gonna finish the top three out and then we'll move to the bottom.
Okay, so I give my number one right now.
You're you got the second pick of the top threes.
All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Give me some CTC,
Yep.
cinnamon toast crunch, bro.
I
Like
fuck with it.
the little animation commercials where they were
Yep.
eating each other, but the milk is what gets me after cinnamon toast crunch. It's
Bro,
just, it's just splendid.
it is. It's fantastic. But if we're talking milk,
No,
my second pick's gotta be better. That's Reese's Puffs, dude. Reese's Puffs, absolutely fantastic. Way better than Cocoa Puffs, first of all.
reach.
And no, not at all. Reese's Puffs are fucking elite.
I said preach.
Oh,
Like keep.
I thought you said reach.
No, bro. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Eat them up, eat them up.
And before that, it was Reese's Puffs, peanut butter chocolate flavor, like absolutely goated shit going on with Reese's Puffs, and I
Oh, I
had to
love
take
it.
them here in the top three.
I love it. So I give my second top three, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. This one, this is just for me, my personal favorite, and it's so cheap at Walmart. Give me Captain Berry Crunch.
Ugh, bro.
No, bro.
Trying to get cavities?
Bro, my mom's a dentist. I ain't had a cavity since like ever. All right.
That's a L pick, bro.
No, bro. When was the last time you had Berry Crunch?
Never. It's shit.
Okay, you said never, like so you never tried.
No, I've had it before. I haven't had it at all in recent times because I know it's not good.
I'm gonna bring you a bag right now.
Bro,
I got
it is like eating hard packing peanuts.
dude, I wouldn't go that far. You tripped. All right, what you got at three? All right, I don't
All
want to
right.
get
Well,
bullied.
since you're taking personal picks, I gotta take a personal pick. Going honey bunches of oats with almond. Gas.
What?
Dude, honey bunches of oats with almond, easily the best when it comes to like healthy options for cereal.
I think I think your brain's a little tired.
No, dude. No,
I think you need to go to bed. I
look,
think
you can't go with the sugary option every single time when it comes to cereal.
I
Sometimes
know.
you need a healthy breakfast. Honey bunches of oats with almond, easily the best.
What if you're allergic to almonds?
Suck my dick.
All right. So rounding out my top three, it was close between two. I'm not gonna lie, but I gotta go one more. I gotta go Apple Jacks.
That's one of my that was going to be one of my honorable mentions. I got to be honest, everything except for the Captain Crunch pick was on my list that we've said so far.
But the thing is, like Captain Crunch, you could also win peanut butter crunch.
Yeah, whatever.
But also, you could have just hit them with it's. You could have hit them with Cheerios.
Nah.
But Apple Jacks rounds out my top three. Mic drop. Done.
All right. All right. I respect the Apple Jacks pick. Fantastic. Mascots especially big factor in Apple Jacks.
Cinnamon.
Exactly. But let's move to the bottom 3. It stays with you. What is the
All right.
worst cereal?
I'm gonna go wheat checks.
Okay. Yeah, that's strong. Strong.
Yuck. Like if I ever got out of my room, went to the kitchen, opened up the cereal pantry, and I just see that, I'm hopping in my car and I'm going to McDonald's.
Yeah, that's fair. Fuck them.
That shit is so gross.
The only kind of checks that I'm trying to put in my body is Chex Mix or Muddy Buddies.
Oh, bro, don't get me started on the Muddy Buddies. All right, that was weird. All right, you got next.
All right. I feel like there's a couple of layups with the bottom three. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one cornflakes.
Okay,
It's
I had,
just like, it's like the ugly stepsister of Frosted Flakes.
dude, I got my brother got me a box of cornflakes for Christmas.
Thought it was Frosted Mini Wheats.
No, it was cornflakes.
Damn.
My
That's
sister-in-law
tough.
got me mini wheats.
It's tough.
Like, do they not love me?
I feel like the Frosted Mini Wheats isn't that bad. I see them as like a mid tier. I
They
wouldn't put them
weren't.
in the bottom. I wouldn't put them in the top.
No, Grayson, hear me out, bro. They weren't even a fresh box.
Oh, okay. Nah, that's fucked.
It
They
had
gotta
already
be
been open.
fresh. They
It had
gotta be
already been
fresh.
open. But I
That's
like that.
crazy.
Cornflakes, fuck them.
Yeah, they're dog shit.
All right. So this one, just because it's got a weird texture, I'm going to Rice Krispies.
I wholeheartedly agree with that take.
It's like it feels like I'm eating like
Porridge.
yeah, or like
Cold porridge.
like when you're old and you can't like eat actual human food.
Yeah.
That's what eating Rice
Yeah,
Krispies
dude,
for cereal.
as soon as the milk touches Rice Krispies, they're mushy.
Yeah, and they make that popping sound. It's like,
Nah.
oh, dude, on a Rice Krispies, amazing. You can eat. I love them for anything besides cereal.
Yeah, like Rice Krispie treats elite snack.
Oh yeah,
Rice Krispies horrible cereal.
with the chocolate drizzle.
Fire. And with the one with the M&Ms in it.
Oh,
Fire. But I got to take my second worst, and this one I might get some flack for Fruit Loops. I
what?
just I can't do it. I can't do the Fruit Loops. There's just
Really?
something about them that I just don't fuck with.
What? You don't like being a little fruity?
I, hey, to each their own. But with when it comes to Fruit Loops, I don't know what it is. I feel like if I'm gonna get a circular cereal that has the hole out of the middle, I'm taking Apple Jacks.
Yeah, it's like Fruit Loops is right there. Um, it's sort of my in between. It's like I gotta be in the mood for it. Because
Yeah.
like I could eat like 3 bowls of Fruit Loops if I'm in the mood, or I could just eat one bite and I just want to go throw up.
Now, if we're talking cereal straws, Fruit Loops are elite.
Ooh, ooh, I remember those.
Dude, those things were gas.
Y'all were always stocked on those.
Yeah, because we forced our parents to get them.
I remember I asked my mom. We were at the store one time to get them, and she told me to go wait in the fucking main aisle and get out of the cereal aisle. And then she went on to make me feel bad about myself for the rest of the day because I wanted a Fruit Loop cereal stick straw.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. All right, but I might get a little fight back on mine too.
Okay.
Golden Grams.
You know what? Honestly, I don't think I could say that I've had a bowl of Golden Grams.
I have, and it's not that great.
I'm gonna take your word for it because I just always assumed they're not that good.
Because
I've never gone for them.
the main pieces are like cinnamon toast crunch, but it's graham crackers, and it's awful. It's like eating cardboard,
Yeah.
and they have little bits of marshmallows in there that makes it feel like I'm eating just a cotton ball, and I don't like it. All right, I don't. I just don't like it.
All right.
But
Well,
if you want to feel my pain, just go get a little bowl of Golden Grams.
I think that's fair. I'm not gonna, but I think that's a fair pick. So, yeah, this is the final pick.
Ooh, baby.
Shit, there's a lot to choose from here
I
because
know. I still
I'm
had two
I'm
more.
I'm rather picky when it
I
comes to
know.
cereal.
I know you are.
So like I've got 4 sitting here on my list, and I can't decide. But I don't want to just take the layup here. I'm not taking Raisin Bran. That's a layup.
No, Raisin Bran is like
It's low key kind of good. I've had it a few
I,
times. It's not that bad. I
I
think
was about to
it's a
say
popular pick though.
you got to be in the mood for it.
I'm not
Like
going for
me,
the consensus pick here. I'm going for Cheerios. Any of them. Fuck them.
you're
All
canceled.
Cheerios. All
You're done.
Cheerios suck.
You're done.
Nah. I
Like,
feel like there's got to be some people that are gonna ride with me on the Cheerios take.
bro, peanut butter Cheerios with chopped up bananas in it
Dude,
is
what
is
the fuck?
unmatched.
We're not adding fruit to these cereals.
Dude, have you ever had bananas in your cereal?
Not banana. I'm not the biggest banana fan. I've put like blueberries in cereal before.
Okay. Oh yeah, like some of that like Special K cereal, put some blueberries in it.
Yeah, strawberry.
Yeah,
I'm
dude,
not throwing banana in there though.
banana's so good. It's like a perfect.
It's not the texture I'm looking for when I'm eating cereal though.
Okay, but I want to hear your honorable mentions for worst.
Okay, so obviously Raisin Bran was there because it's a popular pick, but I've also got Tricks. I think Tricks are pretty shit.
Agreed.
I think overall I'm just not a fan of like the fruit flavor, like the fruit variety flavored cereals.
Yeah, like one of my honorable mentions was Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, like they're not good. Like they're the same as Rice Krispies. They're just
I like some thickness in my
little bit.
life. I don't like the thin
Yeah,
little like I'm
and they
eating.
get way too mushy.
Exactly.
I will
Thank
say
you.
though, like sometimes the sugar rush of a bowl of Fruity Pebbles is not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have Cocoa Pebbles than Fruity Pebbles.
Maybe,
The milk turns into chocolate milk.
But is it that chocolatey though?
It is.
That's my predicament with Cocoa Puffs. Is like it doesn't get that chocolatey.
Oh yeah. Have you ever had a bowl of or Cocoa Pebbles
Yeah,
with chocolate milk?
no, I haven't done that.
Talk about a sugar rush.
Okay, fair enough. But my last honorable mention on the bottom is Lucky Charms. I think they're shit because the actual cereal component of it is dog shit, and the marshmallows are like they're okay, but I can't just get around the fact that the cereal itself tastes like shit.
I just remember when we were little, we used to pick through the box and try to just get all the marshmallows.
Yeah, that was the play.
And then whenever one of our parents would go pour a bowl and it's just all the little made cereal pieces.
Yep. All right, you got any honorable mentions on the bottom?
I said mine.
Okay, yeah,
Tricks and Fruity Pebbles. And fuck them.
yeah. And then any top 3 honorable mentions?
Um, I was gonna one of the honorable mentions was Raisin Bran, honestly, but
Okay.
also the Special K chocolate edition.
I don't know if I've had that one.
It's basically like frosted flakes with little pieces of chocolate.
It's not bad.
Like it was phenomenal because like my mom loves Special K, so that cereal was almost always in the house.
Respect. My honorable mentions at the top: Frosted Mini Wheats. A good bowl of Frosted Mini Wheats doesn't go wrong. If all the frosting's kind of coming off, that like the bottom of the box, not very good. You get some
Yeah,
fresh ones. They got a good coating on them. Fire.
yeah, and when they get they soak in the milk a little bit and they get a
Yep.
little soft. Oh, dude, those are good.
Yeah,
Those are
there's
good.
like a peak couple of minutes where like a bowl of Frosted Mini Wheats is better than anything, but it's very easy to miss that window.
Dude, I remember I was so messed up one night. I ate a whole box of frosted mini wheats dry.
Well, okay,
Um,
so one of my honorable mentions I'm about to say is one that I prefer dry, and that's Crave. You know what Crave
oh
is?
yeah, that was
The
just
little
like
chocolate filled ones.
yeah, that
Those are
was
better
really good.
dry.
Same with O's.
What is
Have you had
O's?
O's?
I don't. Oh, like
It's
Oreo O's?
no. It's like look it up. Look it up real
Okay,
quick.
yeah, I'm looking it up right now. But please describe it.
It's it's these little it's a cereal. They're in the form of O. It's like
Is it Honey Graham O's? Honey
yes,
O's?
yes, honey O's.
Okay. Okay,
Dude,
I think I have had these before.
those are I could eat that whole box, dog. Those are
Yeah.
so good. I remember the first time I had them was sophomore year when this guy in my math class was just munching on a little Ziploc baggie of them because it was right before lunch, so he was getting a little hangry. I was like, "Hey, bro, let me try one," and my eyes just lit up. I paid him $5 for that Ziploc baggie. Granted, I was making the big bucks back then.
$5 for a Ziploc bag of cereal?
Yeah, it was like one of the freezer bags.
Okay. Okay. I
But
understand it then.
I told my dad I needed $5 for lunch because I had no lunch money. Fuck it,
Oh,
I eat that freezer bag for lunch.
that's a strong play right there.
Oh
All right. I think that's going to do it for us, Colin.
man, that was a lot of fun.
Once again, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime, man.
Yeah. And just to let everybody know, the 50th episode of Second and Short is on Friday.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fantastic. I can't believe it's been 50 episodes
Dude,
already.
I know. It's been just over 6 months.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. I always forget we started this like during college football.
Yeah. Yeah. November 2nd, I believe, was the day that the first episode went live.
Absolutely amazing, man. You're doing a great job.
I appreciate it. All right. I think that's going to do it for us, though. Colin, anything else for the people?
No, like always, thanks for having me on. It's a lot of fun. I love talking baseball. But hey, go grab you a bowl of some berry crunch
No.
while you're listening to this episode, and just pop in the comments on any of the social medias. Just tell me what you think.
Go have a bowl of Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds, and I'll change your mind.
Here,
Trust.
we could put up a poll if we really want to.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, we'll do it.
Yeah, let us know.
All right, Colin. Thank you once again, and to everybody else. I will see you on Friday. Peace.
Doses.